Hello, I'll be answering some questions about the Mayor's family when it moved to Pennsylvania and to a white neighborhood. So let's start with the arguments in favor of the Mayor's family moving in. It was about the equal rights. They had the right to live wherever they choose, and the end of segregation. This happened when they started to moving to a white neighborhoods. They were allowed to move, and the American dream has a point here too. So they sought homeownership and better life like any other family because they had that right. Also, the morality and laws supported and believed discrimination was strong and fair housing should be upheld. And this is what can we see and the arguments opposing the mayor's family moving in, because the property values, they were fear some, the neighborhood will drop since they were black people moving into the white neighborhood. The racism was also a very hard argument, since the prejudice led many to reject a black family. Desire for all white areas, residents wanted to keep the neighborhood racially homogeneous. What do I mean by that? It's that just white could be living in that neighborhood, no the black people that wanted to move in there. And they were also scared of the change. That's why people resisted to social change and integration. And the number third is the connections in 1950s in the USA make this segregation, a racial separation was still common despite legal changes, like in restaurants that was still on, even if it was already on legal changes. The housing discrimination to black families face barriers to buying homes. The white people didn't want them to buy homes at the white neighborhood since they were black people, but they could still afford it, and they had that right to live there. But people was still making discriminations about it. The civil rights movement was also a very strong movement in that moment in the 1950s, since the struggle for racial equality was growing. This movement started, and that helped the mayor's family so much. And the white resistance, many white communities resisted the integration since they wanted to have everything separated. The black families and the white families separated from every neighborhood, every restaurant, every restroom. Even the buses had just a seat for the black people. And the few legal protection, fair housing laws were not yet placed. What do I mean by that? The police or the government didn't do anything to help them. They just decide to let people choose whatever they wanted, and as we can see, that didn't end up well. But this version the of this family helped a lot to end racial segregation and housing, to create a new integrated, inclusive communities.